Good morning to all. Today my presentation focus on the CO framing, and I'm also talking about how to do the mapping. In my presentation, I will take some of the example and I'll explain them in details. There is the frequently asked question and the course outcomes. At the end of my presentation, I hope that all your doubts will be clear. There is a question: do you need a court outcome for a subject? Means is asking. There is a faculty is asking, do you need a course outcome for with respect to a subject? Answer for this question is yes. Every subject you need to write the course outcome. The course may be laboratory, project works, it may be theory subject, seminar, internship. If it is a part of the syllabus, in the sense curriculum, then you have to define the course outcomes. There is another question. How many COs I have to write for a subject? Answer for this question is, in typical, every course, means every subject, you need to write 4 to 6 course outcomes. You can also write the multiple course outcome for a subject like a project work, internship. There is another question. Do I need to consider program outcomes while framing the COs for my subject? In a sense, is asking, whenever I want to write the course outcome, shall I have to consider the POs? Answer for this question is yes. While writing the COs with respect to your subject, you have to consider all the program outcomes which are already given by National Board of Accreditations. Based on that, you have to write the course outcome for your subject. There is another question. Do I consider the Bloom's level while framing the course outcome for my subject? The meaning of this question is that the particular faculty member, you want to write the course outcome for which is asking, shall I consider the Bloom's level? Answer for this question is yes. You can use the Bloom's level like a 3, 4, 5, 6 while writing the course outcomes, but you need to map them directly to PO1, PO2, PO4, PO3 respectively. If you look at the Bloom's level 3, you can map to the PO4. With respect to Bloom's level 6, you can map to the PO3. Whatever the POs I've shown here, it is with respect to engineering UG program. There is another question. Do I need to write the course outcome for laboratory course also? Means the faculty member is asking, in our curriculum we have some courses which is related to laboratory, for which shall we have to write the course outcomes? Answer for this question is yes. All theory courses, all laboratory courses, project work also, you need to write the course outcome, as long as if it is a part of the curriculum, then you need to write the course outcomes. There is another question. How many program outcomes I can map for a single subject? Answer for this question is that in general, every subject need to map minimum 2 to, generally, we say the 2 program outcomes. That's what MBA says. For example, I'm handling, there is a subject called computer networks. At least we need to map 2 program outcomes which I have focused. The course can also be mapped to the multiple program outcomes, depend upon the contribution of each PO. For example, there is a subject called internship or project work. You can map multiple program outcomes. It is possible. There is another question. In general, in a single course, how many program outcomes I can map? Answer for this question is, in general, single course may be mapped to the 1 or 2 program outcomes, but you can also map multiple program outcomes, also possible. but in single CO can also be mapped to the multiple program outcomes depend upon the contribution of the program outcomes. If a CO is written based on the group activities, then that particular CO can be mapped to the multiple program outcomes. For example, if you're giving the assignment based problems, then you can map to the group of the problem, then map to the investigation related problems like a literature work, like a PO4. Students have to do the task in a team, then you can map to the PO9. If the student will submit the assignment reports, then you can map to the PO10. But whatever the things I'm showing here, these POs, it is UG engineering graduate attributes. There is another question. Course outcomes and course objective, whether it is both are same? Answer for this question is no. The course objective describe the what faculty covers in a course. Since in my subjects, what are the things I will cover in a course, that is described by the course objective. When it comes to course outcomes, it is mainly talks about the at the end of the course, the whatever the subject I am handling, what skill is acquired by the students, that is comes course outcomes. With respect to MBA point of view, we require course outcomes. Of course, if at all if you want to write a course objective, then write. But MBA point of view, we require course outcomes. There is another question. Should I follow the course outcomes which are prescribed by the university for my subject? The meaning of this question is that the faculty member is asking, in my subject is the COs is already defined by the university. Shall I use those CO which is prescribed by the university? Answer for this question is, as long as if the COs are good, then you can use it. You can use it. Otherwise, you can write your own course outcomes with respect to your subjects. There is another question. Shall I use the course outcomes which are derived from the multiple subjects and then use them as a course outcomes with respect to my subject? Answer for this question is no. Whenever you're writing the course outcomes with respect to your subjects, either it may be the 4 to 6, this course outcome should be a specific subject, or it may be the course, but not derived from the multiple subjects. In sense, 2 course outcomes you are taken from one subject, 2 course outcomes you are taken another subject, like that it cannot be accepted. There is another question. Shall I use the syllabus alone while framing the course outcome for my subject? Answer for this question is that it is not advisable. It is not advisable. Whenever you are writing the course outcomes for with respect to your subject, you need to consider the entire syllabus. Then you have to take in consideration of the TLP. Then you have to take in consideration of the assessment tools what you are using. For example, like a theory exams, assignments, mini projects. With respect to your subject, you have to take in consideration. Based on these 3 components, you can write the course outcome with respect to your subject. There is another question. Shall I write the course outcomes based on the unit wise or module wise? When the faculty member is asking, I want to write the course outcome, whether I want to write the unit wise or module wise. Or some university, syllabus is divided into unit wise. That's the meaning of that one. So answer for this question is, it is not advisable. In the sense, whenever you are writing the course outcomes, don't write the course outcomes unit wise or module wise. It is not advisable. Whenever you want to write the course outcomes, you have to take entire syllabus, okay, even TLP, then what assessment tools you are using for with respect to your subject, rather than the writing the course outcomes unit wise or module wise. Because of, for example, based on the PO1 apply level point of view, you would have written CO1. Means apply level may comes from unit 1, unit 2, or unit 3, unit 4. It doesn't matter. You are writing the one course outcomes. Means better you write the by considering entire the syllabus, you can write one course outcomes for that particular unit. Or if you're writing the understanding level, then by considering entire the syllabus, you write one course outcome. If you're applying for apply level, by considering entire syllabus, you write another course outcome. There is another question. Do you need to do the COPO mapping with respect to my subject? He's asking, do you require COPO mapping? Answer for this question is yes. The COPO mapping means strength or sometimes no correlation also we will call. It required. There is another question. In COPO mapping, on what basis I have to assign the correlation value with respect to my subject? Answer for this question is that the correlation or CO mapping strength is depend upon the contribution of the each PO it is reflecting with respect to your subject. There is another question. What are the correlation level I can use in COPO mapping? In the sense, he is asking, what are the correlation level I can use in the COPO mapping? Answer for this question is that there are three level of the correlations. One is a low, two is a medium, three is a high. Okay, based on these correlation factors, we can say that you can use the mapping. There is another question. What is the need of the correlation value in COPO mapping in my subjects? He's asking, what is the need? Why should I want to correlation, whether it is 1 or 2, 3? That is the meaning of that. This correlation value will play an important role while calculating the PO attainment value or PSO attainment value with respect to your subject. Now, introduction. Several people have a confused what is the meaning of course. The course may be the subject. For example, the course may be the subjects. For example, there is a subject called computer networks. In that particular subject, you have a separate core. Or the course may be the lab, like a DVMS lab, which contains separate code. The course may be the even project works, like that. What do you expect from the course outcomes? He's asking from course outcomes, what do you expect? Answer for this question is that from course outcomes, you can expect the skill set, or sometimes we can also call it a competency. If any student, if we studied this particular subject, what skill you will acquire? The skill may be the apply level, or the skill may be analyze level skill, or it may be the design level. Since at the end of this semester, if I studied this particular course, then what skill I will acquire? It may be the modern tool also. Now, all the course outcomes are student learning outcomes. In the sense, at the end of this semester, you are in a position to measure those course outcomes here. Okay, whatever these course outcomes you are writing, you are based on the POs and PSOs. In the sense, course outcomes are written based on the POs, PSOs can be based on that one. All the course outcomes, has to be measured. In the sense, sometimes people may ask you, when I have supposed to measure the course outcome? Generally, at the end of the semester, we are supposed to measure all the course outcomes. The reason is that by the time you will get the university marks as well as CIE marks, it is advisable to all the people, we have to measure the course outcomes at the end of the semester only. Now sometimes people may ask you, can I write the course outcomes based on the Bloom's level? He's saying that. I mean, some people are like that. You can write it, but before that, I have to tell one more thing here. Every subject will have a course outcomes. Yes, whether it may be the lab course, or project works, internship, or whatever it is. As part of the, if with a particular subject, it is a part of the curriculum, then you need to write the course outcomes. Now, whatever the course outcomes you are writing with respect to your subject, that must be related to particular course. Course in the sense, it is related to particular subjects. Now, all the course outcomes with respect to your subject, you have to written by considering the entire syllabus, then TLP, as well as what are the assessment tools you are using here. In sense, like if you take here, what are the assessment tools you are using? Like it's maybe the exams, assignment, seminar, quiz, project works with respect to your subjects. See, because you have to take the three components. Component one is this entire syllabus, another component is TLP, another component is assignments. Based on that, you have to write the course outcomes. Okay, whatever the subjects I am showing here, there is a subject called database management subject. It is integrated courses here. It contains the theory components as well as lab components. So whatever the COs I'm showing here, it is an example of the DBMS subjects. It contains the 6 course outcomes based on these 3 parameters. People may ask you why you didn't map to the CO1 here. For example, you take the CO1, why we didn't map to the PO1, any PO. Generally, MBA graduate attributes, it starts with the apply level. If you look at, it is apply level. If at all, if you're writing the any CO based on the remember level, understanding level, okay, then you cannot map to the any PO directly to the UG engineering program POs. But it is indirectly, it is possible. Now, if some people, they want to write some few POs, COs based on the Bloom's level, then he's asking, shall we write some of the COs based on the Bloom's level? Yes, you can write the COs based on the Bloom's also, possible. But you can write one COs for one Bloom's. In a sense, you can write one CO for one Bloom's. But this condition is except for the Bloom's level 1, level 2. The reason is, I will tell you here. Now, if you take the previous example here, I've written the CO. CO1 is written based on the Bloom's level 1. You take, for example, CO1 is written based on the Bloom's level 1. Like understanding, remember level point of view, we written here. This particular CO, we are not mapped to the NEPO. The reason is, I already told that. If you look at there, if you look at here, when you are writing any CO based on the Bloom's level 2, you cannot map to directly to NEPO. That is the reason only. Since it is lower level Bloom's, mixing the Bloom's level 2, writing the one CO, it's acceptable. But if you ask this straightforward question like that, can we map like that? Now, if you speak honestly, then each CO you can write one CO. But unfortunately, multiple number of COs you are writing, but unfortunately, mapping it's not possible. So that is the reason only. So you take the remember level as well as understanding level, you write the one CO. I'll explain more in detail in the next slides. Now, CO2 means we are writing the COs2 based on the Bloom's level 3, I mean apply level, and I am mapping to the PO1. It's nothing but apply level. And by considering the Bloom's level 4, I mean analyze level, I'm writing one CO, and I can map this particular CO Bloom's PO2 means analyze level with respect to UG engineering programs. I can write the another CO by considering the Bloom's level 5. I can map to the PO4 means it's nothing but investigation with respect to UG engineering programs. Then I can consider the Bloom's level 6, I mean creative level. Then I can write the one of the CO is CO5, and then I can map to the PO3 like a design and development of the POs. Now here I want to say one more thing here. Don't write a single CO by considering the means multiple Bloom's level. For example, like a Bloom's level 3, then level 4, level 5, level 6. By considering these Bloom's, don't write it in a single CO. The reason is that I will give you an example. If you say, for example, there is a CO, that particular faculty member, he has written, analyze, apply the normalization concept for the relational schema. If you look at here, when you say that analyze, it comes to Bloom's level 4. If you take the apply level, it comes to Bloom's level 3. So here, first one, analyze, PO2 you're mapping here. Apply level, you're putting the PO1.